Hi guys, let's get into a reading. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes, and to those of you who have booked a personal reading with me, please keep in mind that these are general messages, so do not take them personally. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find that information in the description box below. Let's get into it. What message do you have for the collective at this time? Help me to articulate a clear and concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is that I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you deem worthy in order to serve your highest good, for the highest good of humanity with harm to none. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? What messages do you have for the collective at this time? Okay, so there's something coming in for you, right? It seems like something that you've been creating, something that you've been working towards. It's also, I'm also getting the sense that this is something that you've been very protective over, right? It seems as if it's going to bring you an unexpected blessing. It may take you on an unexpected journey. You may receive unexpected opportunities from this. But there's something that not only have you been protecting the culmination of this, but God, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels have also been protecting this from the outside world. They've also been protecting aspects of the opportunities that you will receive from this, right? They've been protecting you from viewing certain things, certain experiences that you will have due to bringing this to life, right? It's almost as if like they've kind of been protecting you from self-sabotaging something that is truly meant for you. You could be aware, right? Because you have some sense of knowing. So it seems like you've been, this is something that you've been intuitively guided towards. It's something that this isn't something that has happened overnight, right? This is something that you've been working on for quite some time. But it also seems like it's ready to be birthed, right? So again, like if you think about pregnancy in general, it takes 9 months for the baby to form, and then you have to, and then before it's ready to come out of the birth canal, right? And so that's what this feels like. It feels like something is ready to be presented to you, but how it's presented to you is a complete surprise to you. There is an element of surprise here. Something's been kept hidden from you, and not in a way that, is negative. Again, it was to protect you from self-sabotaging or from ruining it before it was time. Clarify, Guardian. But it feels like a major blessing that's going to create a massive shift in your life, right? Yeah, the Nine of Swords. It's almost as if your spirit guides, your angels, they were protecting you from yourself in a sense, the Fool. So you may have it's almost as if you knew too much too soon, your fears would cause you to back out of this. Clarify the Devil. The Warrior of Swords, yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles. So you have the Fool here. Yeah, and underneath the Fool is the Five of Swords, self-sabotage. So this was a method of protection. Ooh, 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 ooh. Clarify the Nine of Swords. The Five of Swords came right back out. Self-sabotage. It was to keep you from ruining whatever this was, the Three of Cups. So it may have been a connection, may have been a relationship, it may have been a support group of some time, right? Of some kind, I'm sorry. But it's something that's meant to come together. And it almost too is as if like maybe this could have been like a mirrored energy. So maybe whatever it is that you were meant to receive, with the Three of Cups showing, it's giving that there's some type of like relationship or connection. The High Priestess, right? And the Ten of Pentacles, for sure, a connection or a relationship of some kind. Something that you're meant to build with, right? So again, the High Priestess, this tells me that you're aware of this is a connection or a relationship that you're already aware of, whether this is like a friendship, whether this is a business partnership, whether this is a romantic relationship, whether this is a family aspect, right? You know how this story relates to you. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then this is not your reading, right? So there's some level of protection that both of you were being guarded from. And either of you, I don't know if it was you, I don't know if it was the other person, could have got to a point where you overthought the situation, right? Not to a place of you manifesting your fears, but to a point where you saw the truth of something so many times in so many different ways that it may have changed your perspective on this connection, on this relationship, on this other person, right? Not in a way of like you looking down on them. This is not that. But in a way that it opened your eyes to see how it was affecting you, how it was affecting your connection. Maybe you became aware of their thought process, of their experience, how they carry certain relationships. There's some sort of like perspective. You were able to see a deeper side of someone. maybe their fears, maybe their negative habits, right? Maybe some addictions that they may be battling with, maybe some ways of self-sabotage, or how they again carry certain relationships, and maybe they sabotage relationships personally, purposely, because of their fears and anxieties, right? But the truth of this is what changed your perspective. And two, you being shown this perspective was not to tear this connection apart. It was to open your mind and to see something on a different level, so that you know and have the perception of how to handle and deal with it, how to nurture and how to care for it, right? It's almost as if God, your ancestors, your spirit guides, right, showed you this so that you were able to handle this connection in a way that felt safe and secure between the two of you, right? So that you felt safe providing a space for them to show their truest vulnerable self with you, right? Because it's also too, like, the Knight of Swords is giving, clarify the Knight of the Swords, the Queen of Cups, yeah, and the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost as if, like, I'm hearing, like, nursing them back to health. Not in a sense of that being your responsibility, but in a sense of you providing the space and the support to help them work through it, to walk with them through it, right? To hold space if they were to ever come to you out of a desire to be vulnerable, you would be able to hold space in a way that felt safe, but it didn't feel judgmental, right? It felt discerning, but it didn't feel demeaning, right? So there's a bond already formed within this connection, is what I'm sensing. There's some type of bond that's already been formed, some type of connection that's already been established. And it may be that you both saw truth within each other, right? So that you both had the same experience to, I don't want to say have a soft space, but having a deeper understanding, a deeper sense of awareness of what the other was carrying, of what the other was experiencing in their subconscious. Because they could have had a warped mindset when it comes to the Queen of Cups as a mother figure. So maybe there's a mother wound within one of you or within both of you that isn't necessarily talked about, that hasn't necessarily been dealt with, but it was experienced and it was felt. And let me cover this up. It was experienced, it was felt, but it may not have been completely processed. This almost seems like it's giving more in-depth information about the previous reading. So if you have not seen that one, feel free to check it out. There may be a message in there for you. Clarify unexpected. The World and the Three of Wands. Yeah. There's definitely a new level of this connection, of this relationship that is getting ready to be experienced. A new cycle that's getting great. The Five of Cups. Temperance and the three. Yep. The Five of Cups, Temperance, and the Three of Swords. There's an element of healing here, an element of balance, an element of alchemy that's taking place. Neither of you may have been aware of the importance of this connection. Maybe when you came into contact, when you first met, you may not have been aware of the importance that this was going to carry in your life. You may not have been aware of the journey that is. It seems as if like you're stepping into a new journey, a new phase, and a new cycle, right? That's getting ready to happen. And two, it's almost as if like the two of you are getting ready to explore the internal world of each other to such depths that you both will realize how connected you are, not just mentally, not just emotionally, but spiritually as well. There's such a deep connection here. And this doesn't seem like, because I'm like sensing a sense of like shared trauma, but not in a sense of you causing this to each other. And this is also not a trauma bond, but it seems like you've both experienced similar things that have both put you in similar paths, on similar journeys. And now, because there's such a mirrored reflection, God, your ancestors, your spirit guides are bringing you two together to continue this journey interdependently, not codependently, interdependently, so that you both challenge each other to grow and to heal the areas in which you may perceive yourself to be broken, because it doesn't feel like either of you are broken. It just feels like you may be worn, you've experienced some difficult challenges that you've had to overcome. And so while they may not have broken you, you did not come out on the other side completely unscathed. And so now this is the both of you, because right now, the two of you coming into union, it seems like you're getting ready to explore the subconscious of each other, the depths of yourselves that you've never shared with anyone, to the level in which you're going to share with each other. You're going to experience the internal world of each other, to which maybe neither of you have explored independently within yourselves. But it will be a shared experience. It will be a beautiful experience, and it will garner many unexpected blessings from this connection or this exploration that the two of you experience with one another. There's a deep, 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 deep sense of healing. Nothing about this is surface level. It feels very spiritual, but it also feels deeply connected to your emotions, but also aligned mentally. You're both aligned mentally. Maybe you share the same perspectives, possibly in different ways, because mirrored energy is not necessarily the same. It's a reflection. So sometimes it's opposite. It's almost like the same opposite, but aligned nonetheless. Deep, deep, deep connection. 2, this is also something that you've been desiring, you've been expecting, right? Because the 3 of Wands is like something that you have been desiring, something that you have been preparing for, is what I meant to say. Not necessarily expecting it, but you've been preparing for it through maybe the changes that you have made within yourself. However, again, it seems like what is coming forth in this is something that neither of you have experienced. This is completely uncharted territory for the both of you, to the level in which it will occur. So the shared ideas, the shared mindset, the shared perspective, the open heart space, the generosity that is available, the security and the safety that is provided, the level of protection, the level of respect, honor, and care, the level of nurturing, the level of desire, the level of passion, all of that is aligned. But it's something that, again, that you've prepared for, but you haven't yet experienced. This is a world that you'll experience together. You'll explore this new phase together. So there may be challenges of you learning together, right? Growing pains are a real thing. And so because this is uncharted water for the both of you, it's almost as if like you're going to have to learn how to make up the rules as you go along. You're creating, you're building, you're experiencing something completely new between the two of you. Clarify barriers. Justice, balance, and judgment. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so with the Chariot, all major arcana, this is divinely guided and protected. Divinely guided and protected. The pure definition of divinely guided and protected. Both of you have been on this journey, and let me try to break this down as simple as I'm experiencing it. It's almost as if the two of you were being prepared individually, right? God was working on each of you in your own ways to get you to the point where you could meet each other in alignment, so that when you come into contact, everything would be balanced, just, and even, right? There's a purpose, a passion that you both have that is shared between the two of you, right? A calling of judgment that both of you are answering to in different ways, but also in the same way. It's all, again, same difference. And now God is removing the barriers that was keeping you separated from one another. And you're getting ready to receive an offer that was being withheld from the two of you until you were in a position that you were able to have and to hold. and it's coming at you fast. The Chariot in most decks is usually depicted as two different horses, or two different, sometimes it's lions, sometimes it's horses. It's two different forces. Confirmation. Two different forces that are balanced and driven by the yin and yang, right? That's how the Chariot card is usually depicted. And it's a fast, forthcoming energy. It's a positive yes energy, right? It comes in fast, but it also is guided. It's almost as if, like, how can I put this into words? It's almost as if there is no clear direction, but there is a force of intuitive guidance to a specific destination. Does that make sense? And so now the two of you are coming together in divine alignment. The barriers are being removed, and you're getting ready to serve both of your purposes, both of your passions are getting ready to be expressed and experienced in a shared shared journey, on a shared journey. The two of you are going in the same direction, and coming into alignment with one another is going to help you reach that destination a lot quicker than you were going individually. It's also going to help you to serve in a more efficient manner, and it will keep you balanced and whole, right? Because what I'm saying with the Justice card is almost as if, like, there's a frequency that's being balanced within the two of you individually. You both had to learn how to acknowledge your heart posture and be aware of the weight that you're carrying emotionally, so that when you came into alignment with one another, you wouldn't drown each other out with the heaviness of emotions that you were carrying independently, right? And so, because both of you have removed those barriers from your heart space, from your spirit, from your mind, you're coming into alignment as light as a feather to remain in support with one another in a way that serves both of your purpose for the highest good. Beautiful message. Again, it's coming in quickly, and I don't think that either of you are aware of the magnitude in which coming into alignment with one another is going to change each other's lives. There's a complete cycle and uncertainty. You cannot make this shit up. You have no idea how coming into alignment with one another is going to change your lives. Both of your lives will be changed at a grand magnitude for the better. It's going to be a blessing to the both of you in ways that you never thought that you needed. It's going to provide a sense of safety and security in ways that either of you never knew that you needed, or in ways that either of you have ever experienced. Again, this is uncharted waters for the both of you. This is a completely new world, a completely new cycle that you've both been preparing for, but you may not have a clear vision or um, a full knowing of what is waiting for you on the other side of this door. It's something beautiful, something magnificent that's going to transform the both of your lives. Let's pull one card for what we can learn as a major lesson surrounding this message. One card for the new cycle, for the new opportunities we can create surrounding this message. One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. And one card for the new cycles and habits we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message. This is a beautiful message, and you both will be blessed abundantly for the work that you've done and for the work that's going to be required of you coming into this new space, because it's not going to be easy. You're going to be creating a whole new life between the two of you. Ooh. But you both will be open to learning. You both will be open to perspective, and you both will be open to holding space in a way that not only secures you both, but makes you feel honored. It makes you feel, ooh, it makes you feel just blessed beyond measure. I can't really express to you the level of what you'll be experiencing, because it's a transformation that you both will have at the same time, right? So again, like, you both experienced growth independently, and when you come into alignment, you're going to experience a new level of growth, to a new level of depth that you never experienced before, that will change you in a way that you never perceived as fathomable, right? One card for what we can learn as the major lessons surrounding this message. Stop playing. Stop playing. We have alignment and peace. Nothing but blessings are going to come from this. Now, you're going to have to learn how to be truthful, not only with yourself, but with each other in a way that may be foreign to the both of you, right? Because again, both of you have been traveling on this journey independently for so long that coming into alignment is going to be a learning process, right? You're going to have to learn how to manage the peace between the two of you, right? Because you've learned how to manage your own peace. You've managed how to create serenity and harmony within your own world. But there are going to be growing pains that you're going to experience in learning how to manage that space coming into alignment with someone else, right? Again, this does not have to be romantic. This can be like a business partnership. This can be a friend. This can be like a new family. But there's a community that you're a supportive partner, in a sense, that you're going to learn how to manage the interdependence between the two of you, because it can fall into codependence very quickly. So in order to maintain interdependence, it's going to be a learning process, but it will be something that is manageable for the two of you, and it will be something that you learn how to I won't say quickly, because will be different for everyone, depending on how quickly you learn how to submit to your own egos and to each other's egos, right? There's going to be, again, there are going to be many lessons that are going to have to be learned for you to learn how to connect with one another and to remain on the same frequency, right? Because everybody, well, let me back up a little bit. It seems like the both of you are consistent within growth, but you both grow at a different pace from the other. That in itself will be a lesson that will you'll have to learn to manage, right? But overall, this seems very peaceful. It feels very abundant. It feels very equally yoked, right? You've got the justice, the judgment, you've got alignment here, the world card, very equally yoked between the two of you, which also means that you're in tandem with one another. So you'll have to be mindful of yourself just as much as you're mindful and aware of the other person. Because if one of you falls too far behind, it could bring the other person down because again, you're in tandem, you're connected. Not just physically. It seems like you'll build something physically together, but you're connected spiritually very deeply. One card for the opportunities we can create surrounding this message: portal and perceptive. The portal energy is giving this unexpected card. Again, you're going to have to learn how to build in this new space that both of you will be entering, right? Uncharted waters, exploring a whole new world. And so it's going to give you a different perception of yourself and one another in the space of creation, how you create, how you manage a world that, or a space that's unfamiliar between you. One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. Judgment and inner child. Judgment and inner child came out. So, yeah, this is something that and then we've got the celebration card. I can't show the picture because it's kind of vulgar, but the judgment card, the celebration. So again, this is a journey that both of you have been following independently since you were a child. This is again shared experiences that you both have had. Same difference, right? If there are some things that are just alike and there are some things that are like same different, but you've been on the same path to reach this destination that you, and this point of when you two will come into alignment to serve a greater purpose, right? And to it, it's almost as if like you will see, nurture, and protect the inner child within one another. You will know how to care for the inner child within one another because you recognize that frequency that you share. You recognize what it's almost like you recognize yourself in one another to different depths and different levels and different situations, right? Take it how it resonates. But there's certainly a bigger purpose that you're meant to serve here. And nothing that you went through up until this point has not been for the benefit of your good. Right? I hope that that makes sense. Everything that you both have experienced individually and maybe together, because it seems as if there's already some sort of established connection here. with the barriers and awareness and the guardian, it seems as if like there's already been some sort of contact, whether it's fully formed or whether it's just happened in passing. There's been some sort of awareness that you have of one another. You may not be aware of how deeply you're connected, but you're certainly aware that you're aligned in some ways. And so again, you will recognize yourself and one another, the inner child, and you'll know how to heal certain parts of each other. You'll know how to see certain parts of each other, if that makes sense. Because it seems like because you've both been in an independent energy for so long, there are parts of yourself that you only allow yourself to see. But in this space of alignment, you two will recognize that within one another. And you'll have to uh, learn how to serve certain parts of each other with grace, with honor, with security, with devotion, with discipline, right? With protection, with provision. And one card for we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message. 122 on the clock. Wish and comfort. This is a change that you both have desired. This is a change that will bring both of you peace, safety, comfort. It's almost as if you'll truly be able to shed your skin, right? In the space and the comfort of each other's presence. It's almost as if somewhere along the way, both of you lost a part of yourself. And in this alignment, you will rediscover the parts of yourself that were suppressed for so long. You will also discover new parts of yourself that always existed within you, but there was never a moment available for you to explore or nurture those aspects of yourselves. This is a completely new experience for the both of you, but it feels so safe. It feels so secure. It seems so protected. It feels very divinely guided. This doesn't feel like a connection between just the two of you, but something that has been put together by both of your ancestors, both of your spirit teams, and by God Himself. Because too, there's a connection that both of you have spiritually. You both have a strong connection to God individually. And it feels very, again, divinely aligned. God brought the two of you together to serve a greater purpose. This is a wish, a desire that each of you have longed for, yearned for such a long time, to be seen, to be felt, to be experienced as deeply as you do, right? To the same degree, right? You're one and the same. Very blessed union, very blessed journey, very blessed purpose that you both will serve, very blessed. It's a very blessed life that you will create between the two of you. Because it's not only something that you wished for, it's something that you've also prepared for. And so, again, it may be a learning process for you to uh, learn to be as vulnerable and as open with each other as you've been uh, independent for so long. But once you get to that place of sound comfort and sound security, it's going to change your life in ways that you had no idea. Well, or maybe you only had an idea of how good it would feel, right? But that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope that it resonates. I know that if you made it to the end of this video, you have found something in it that is worthy and valuable to you. Thank you for watching. Bye.